Hello everyone, I'm Joyce from Perfect Times Yoga. Welcome to this flow yoga practice. Today, we'll begin with 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A and 3 rounds of Sun Salutation B as our warm-up. Then, we'll move into 5 seated poses, 5 standing poses, and finish with 5 supine poses. This is going to be a complete and balanced practice, starting with dynamic, energizing flow and ending in stillness. Allow both body and mind to return to calm and ease. Please note that today's class emphasizes moving with the breath and has a slightly faster pace, so it is more suitable for those who already have some yoga experience. If you're ready, let's begin. Start by standing on your yoga mat. Place your feet about hip width apart, pressing them firmly into the ground. Feeling both steady and relaxed. Engage your core. Tuck your tailbone in and widen your collarbone. Draw your shoulder blades together and roll your shoulders back, letting them soften away from your ears. Arms rest by the body with palms facing forward. Lengthen through the spine, crown of the head reaching the sky. Keep your chin slightly tucked so the neck stays in line with the spine. Close your eyes softly. Notice if there's any tightness in the body and release it. Stay with natural, steady breathing, in and out through your nose. We will stay here in the mountain pose for a moment, giving your body and mind a chance to settle, preparing for the practice ahead. Slowly open your eyes. We will begin with 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A. First round. Start by standing with your feet together and bring your palms together in front of your chest, Samasthiti. Inhale. Reach your arms up overhead, slightly arch your back and look up toward your thumbs. Exhale. Fold forward and hands down to the mat. Try to bring your head close to your knees. Gaze toward your nose. Inhale, lift your upper body halfway up, keeping your back flat and spine long. Hands can rest on your shins or the mat. Exhale, hands down on the mat and step back into plank pose. Then bend your elbows to 90 degrees into chaturanga. Or you may lower your knees down on the mat. Inhale, shift your body forward and straighten your arms, lifting your chest into upward facing dog with thighs off the mat. Or if that's too much, keep your knees down and come into cobra pose instead. Exhale, push your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Lengthen your spine, gaze toward your navel. Stay here for 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Step forward between your palms and lift your chest halfway. Back flat for a half forward fold. Exhale. Fold forward again, bringing your head close to your knees. Inhale. Rise all the way up, reaching your arms up with gentle back bend. Exhale, bring your palms together at your chest, Samasthiti. Second round. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead with a gentle back bend. Exhale, fall forward, palms down to the mat, and head close to your knees. Inhale, lift your upper body halfway up, keeping your back flat and long. Exhale, palms down on the mat, step back into plank and bend your elbows into chaturanga. If needed, drop your knees to the mat. Inhale, shift your body forward, straighten your arms and lift your chest into upward facing dog, or drop your knees down to cobra pose if that feels better. Exhale, push your hips up and back into downward facing dog, lengthening through your spine. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step to the front, lift your chest halfway and lengthen your spine into a half forward fold. Exhale, fold all the way down again, letting your head come close to your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up and reach your arms up, gentle back bend. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart, Samasthiti. Third round. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, spine long. Exhale, hands down, step back and bend your elbows into chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward and lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push your hips back and up into downward facing dog. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step to the front of the mat, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward, head toward your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, bring your palms together in front of your chest, Samasthiti. After completing 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A, now we'll move on to 3 rounds of Sun Salutation B. First round. Again, start with Samasthiti. Inhale, reach your arms up, bend your knees and lower your hips into chair pose. Gaze toward your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, half forward bend. Exhale, step back and lower into chaturanga, or with knees down. Inhale, shift forward and lift into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your palms and come into warrior 1. Bend your right knee, turn your left toe slightly out and stand firmly on the mat. Arms overhead and gaze toward your fingertips. Exhale, palms down and lower into chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward and come into warrior 1. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step forward into half forward bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms overhead, half sit into chair pose. Exhale, rise and palms together, Samasthiti. Second round. Inhale, reach your arms up, bend your knees into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, half forward bend. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward into warrior one. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward and come into warrior one. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, half forward bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, half sit into chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. Third round. Inhale, reach your arms up, bend your knees into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, half forward bend. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward into warrior one. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward and come into warrior one. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, half forward bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, half sit into chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. We've just finished Sun Salutation A and B for 3 rounds each. Now, let's move on to other standing poses. Stand tall on your mat with feet being hip-width apart and pressing firmly into the ground. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Hinge forward from your hips. Hook your index and middle fingers around your big toes, locking with your thumbs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold your torso all the way down, bringing your belly close to your thighs and your head hang heavy. Keep your spine long and your legs as straight as you can. Relax your shoulders. Let the elbows bend naturally and gaze toward the tips of your nose. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and slowly rise back up to stand in the mountain pose. Again, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, fold forward from your hips. Slide your hands under your feet so that your palms face up. The back of your hands rests on the mat, and your toes reach all the way to touch your wrist. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold deeper, bringing your belly closer to your thighs and let your head hang naturally. Keep your spine long and your legs as straight as you can. Relax your shoulders, your elbows bend naturally, and gaze toward the tips of your toes. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and slowly rise back up into the mountain pose. Step your feet about 3 feet or 1 meter apart. Stretch your arms out to the side at the shoulder height, with palms facing down. Turn your right foot all the way to the right and turn your left foot slightly inward. Take a deep breath in. Keep your spine long and lifted. As you exhale, slowly reach your body to the right, extending your right arm forward as much as you can. Then lower it down. At the same time, lift your left arm straight up toward the ceiling, opening your chest. Turn your head to look up at your left fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up to the center. Now, let's switch to the other side. Keep your arms stretched out at shoulder height. Slightly turn your right foot inward. And turn your left foot out to the left. Inhale, keep the spine long. Exhale, slowly lean to the left. Reaching your left arm forward and then lower it down. Lift your right arm up toward the ceiling. Open your chest and gaze up at your right fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise back up to the center. Continue to keep your feet wide apart, toes pointing straight forward. Inhale, place your hands on your hips. Lengthen your spine and slightly arch back. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips and bring your hands down to the floor right under your shoulders. Take another breath in. Extend your spine long. Exhale, fold deeper, relax your neck, and gaze toward the tips of your nose. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hands back on your hips and rise all the way up to standing. Keep your feet wide apart and toes pointing forward. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, straighten your arms, and open your chest. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips, lifting your arms up and over as they draw away from your back, stretching through the shoulders. Neck relax. Gaze softly toward the tips of your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Engage your arms to help lift your upper body back up. Step your feet together and return to mountain pose. We will move on to some seated asanas. Now, go through the vinyasa at your own pace, or you can always go to downward facing dog directly. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then inhale, step your feet forward and come to sit on your yoga mat with your legs straight out in front of you. Coming into staff pose, Dandasana. Place your hands beside your hips, press down and sit up tall through your spine. Gaze toward the tips of your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold your big toes with your index and middle fingers, locking them with your thumbs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fall forward from your hips, bringing your torso closer to your legs. Keep your gaze either toward the tips of your nose or focus between your eyebrows. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Sit back up and return to Dandasana. Now, bend your right knee out to the side, placing the sole of your right foot against the left inner thigh. Inhale, reach to your left foot and lengthen your spine. Exhale, fall forward from your hips, bringing your upper body toward your left leg, especially drawing your belly close to your thigh. Gaze toward the tips of your nose or focus at the eyebrow center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Sit back up and extend your right leg forward to return to Dandasana. Now, switch to the other side. Bend your left knee out to the side, placing the sole of your left foot against the right inner thigh. Inhale, reach to your right foot and lengthen your spine. Exhale, fall forward from your hips, bringing your body toward your right leg. Gaze toward the tips of your nose or focus between your eyebrows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and extend your left leg back out in front, returning to Dandasana. Next, bend your right leg with the knee pointing out and bring the heel close to your pelvis. Inhale, lean your upper body forward and wrap the right arm around your right shin. Then take your left arm behind your back toward the right side, trying to clasp your hands together. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips, keeping your spine long and your back straight as you fold. Gaze toward your left foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Sit back up and extend your right leg forward, returning to Dandasana. Now, switch to the other side. Bend your left leg, bringing your heel close to your pelvis. Inhale, lean forward and wrap your left arm around your left shin, trying to clasp your right hand. Exhale, fold forward from your hips, keeping your spine long and straight. Gaze toward your right foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Sit tall and extend your left leg forward to return to Dandasana. Now we'll move into the bow pose. Bend your knees, Place your feet hip width apart and press firmly into the ground. Sit tall, straighten your back and open your chest. Inhale, engage your core. Slowly lean your weight back and extend your arms straight forward. At the same time, lift your feet off the ground and straighten your legs with toes pointing up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring your hands and feet back down to the mat. Relax your upper body and gently let your head hang forward. Then slowly lie back down on your mat. Stretch both legs out. Place your left hand on the left thigh. Then hold your right big toe with your right hand. Inhale, straighten both legs as much as you can and engage your core. Exhale, open your right leg out to the right side. Lower it toward the floor while turning your head to the left. Keep your left leg grounded and make sure your hips stay close to the mat. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your right leg back down to the mat. Now, switch to the other side. Place your right hand on your right thigh, then use your left hand to hook your left big toe. Inhale, straighten your legs as much as possible, keeping your core engaged. Exhale, open your left leg out to the left side, lower it toward the floor as you turn your head to the right. Keep your right leg grounded and your hips steady on the mat. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Release your left leg and stretch it out on the mat and relax. Next, we'll move into plow pose. This pose can put pressure on the cervical spine, so it's not recommended for beginners or for anyone with neck issues. If that's you, simply stay lying on the mat and take a short rest. If you're ready to go on, inhale, press your arms straight down by your sides and use your core strength to lift your legs up. Exhale, slowly bring your legs over your head with your toes touching the floor or reaching as close to the floor as you can. Keep your neck relaxed, shoulders grounded, and try to lengthen through your back and legs. Your hands can stay pressing into the floor. Interlace your fingers or support your lower back for extra stability. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then slowly lift your legs back up and roll down through your spine until your feet return to the mat. We will then move to the fish pose. Stay lying down with your legs extended and together with your arms resting by your sides. Then slide your hands underneath your hips, palms facing down. Inhale, press into your elbows and squeeze them in. Lift your chest and arch through your upper back. Drop your head and touch the crown of your head to the mat. Keep your legs strong and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When coming out from the pose, lift your head first, then slowly lower your back down. Slide your hands out from underneath you and let your whole body relax. Now, let's move into the bridge pose. Slowly bend your knees, feet about hip width apart, and press your soles firmly into the ground. Keep your heels close to your hips, toes pointing straight forward. Place your arms by your sides with the palms facing down. Inhale, press into your feet and lift your hips up, rolling your spine off the mat one vertebra at a time. Push your chest toward the ceiling and keep your shoulders grounded. Straighten your arms and gently roll your shoulders inward to help you open the chest. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Release your hands and roll your spine back to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Finally, lowering your hips back to the starting position. Next, we'll move into the wheel pose. Once again, bend your knees and place your feet firmly on the ground, heels close to your hips and toes pointing straight forward. Bend your arms and place your palms beside your ears, fingers pointing toward your shoulders. Inhale, press strongly through your hands and feet, lifting your hips and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, keep pushing your pelvis and spine upward. Opening your chest as the crown of your head lifts away from the floor. Relax your glutes and try to straighten your arms and legs as much as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Slowly bend your elbows and knees. Bring the crown of your head down to the mat first, then carefully lower your shoulders. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time, from your neck through the upper body to your lower back. Finally, rest your hips on the mat, extend your arms and legs, and lie down completely. Stretch your legs out naturally, letting your feet fall open to the sides. Place your arms by your sides with the palms facing up and fingers relaxed. Adjust your head and shoulders so your neck feels completely at ease. And let your shoulders sink down into the mat. Close your eyes, soften your face, also release any tension around your jaw and between your eyebrows. You've now completed a full flow yoga practice. Your body has worked and your mind has been deeply focused. In this moment, there's nothing more to do, nothing more to think about. Just allow your entire body and mind to become still. Keep your breath natural and deep. With each inhale, you are filling your body with fresh energy. With each exhale, you are letting go of any leftover tension. Stay here in this quiet space and fully enjoy your final rest. Savasana. If you have time, I invite you to stay in Savasana for 5 to 10 minutes and enjoy this quiet moment. Or slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly extend your hands above your head and give your body a light stretch. Bend your knees and roll to your right side, resting your head on your right arm. Pause here for a moment. Then slowly push yourself up to a comfortable seated position, bringing your palms together in front of your chest. Thank you for practicing together today. In Flow Yoga, our breath guides the movement, and through that, we not only strengthen the body, but also train our focus. It reminds us, no matter what situation we face in daily life, we can always return to steady breathing to calm down ourselves. Namaste. If you have any feedback, please feel free to leave me a comment. If you enjoyed this section, don't forget to subscribe my channel and revisit anytime. Hope to see you again soon.